Hey, what's going on, guys? John Sin here, and today I have a special blog video for you on dealing with flaking. I've gotten a lot of questions and comments in the blog recently about flaking and how to deal with it, so I wanted to make a quick video to give you some ideas about what to do when girls flake. Flaking sucks. We've all been there. Things are going super well with a girl you're attracted to. You get her phone number, maybe you even set up a date, and then she never returns your calls. It's really frustrating. In fact, in the 4 stages of development, I would say this is probably the most frustrating period of development because you're getting good results, but they're not really leading to anything. Now, as frustrating as flaking can be, the reason is actually pretty simple. There are 2 major reasons why girls flake. The first is when the girl is just not interested. This is fixed by running proper games, specifically using more qualification, making sure that you set up a date at a specific time in a specific place rather than just saying, give me your number, we'll hang out sometime. And making sure you spend enough time around a girl that she would actually want to pick up the phone and actually want to give you a chance. That's the first reason. That can be fixed in the initial meeting. The second reason girls flake is because you lose emotional momentum. And I'll explain what emotional momentum is now. Emotional momentum is what happens when a girl likes you and you continue to escalate. If you do this well enough, this can end up with the girl back in your bed the very same night you meet her. However, when guys end up with phone numbers and a vague promise to call, the emotional momentum stalls a little bit. If you think about emotional momentum as a snowball rolling downhill, it builds bigger and bigger the more successful you are. So if you approach a girl and she likes you, right away you build some emotional momentum. If you make a joke and she laughs, you build some emotional momentum. If you qualify her and she takes it, you build emotional momentum. If you move her around and she goes, you build emotional momentum. If you touch, you build emotional momentum. But when guys end up with these phone numbers and a vague promise to call, the emotional momentum stalls out a little bit because now things are 100% up to the girl. And if you don't follow up quickly enough, if you're not entertaining enough on the phone, then you can lose that emotional momentum. And things like voicemails, unreturned text messages, and the likes add to the dissipation of this emotional momentum. Emotional momentum is strongest when you meet the girl. When you meet a girl and have a good interaction, that emotional momentum is the highest it's going to be. It's only going to get lower as you go to the phone and text messages. So we want to really keep that emotional momentum as high as possible by following up quickly and by making sure that we don't have these long periods of no contact where she can forget how awesome we are. So what can you do about it? You need a system for following up with girls and turning those phone numbers into dates. The system I use looks something like this. First, I want to ping through a text message within 2 to 24 hours of meeting her, depending on how on it was when we met. I'll ping with a simple message, something like, hey, do you speak text, smiley face, John. I'm just trying to see, is this a number she's going to respond to, and how quickly is she going to respond? Does she respond in 10 minutes? That's good. Does she respond in 4 hours? That's not so good. Then, I want to use text to set up a call. A lot of guys seem to forget that text messaging is not a in and of itself win. Even if you're texting with a girl 50 times a day, she can still flake you out. On the phone, it's much, much harder for a girl to flake because you've got vocal tonality, you can put more social pressure on her, etc., etc. So you want to text to set up a call. Say something like, you know what, I have to run right now, but let me give you a call later. And then when you're on the call, you want to use that call to get her out. That's a basic system for dealing with flaking. All right, let's recap. Flaking happens for one of 2 reasons. The first reason is the girl is just not interested. That has to do with your initial pickup. The second reason is the loss of emotional momentum. In order to avoid the loss of emotional momentum, we need to follow up with a proven system when trying to turn phone numbers into dates. I revealed my system in this video. However, if you still need more education about this link below, which I know some of you will need, feel free to check out the Flake Elimination Toolkit, which is on the link right below this. In that, I have some great resources for really specifically tuning your game to make sure that you don't lose that emotional momentum and to make sure that you're able to turn phone numbers into dates consistently and eliminate flaking. Thanks for listening. I'll talk to you soon.